Good morning, everyone. Thank you for sticking around for the Sunday pregame show. If you're still here, technical difficulties, buying another computer. Anyone have any ideas about what computer I should buy? Hit me in my DMs or send it in the chat. Again, if you're chatting on Twitter, we're not seeing them. So you need to go on either Facebook or YouTube to chat. G's going to give his DFS picks really quick because he has lots to do, because it's going to be one of those weeks where he's going to hit it big. And then, no, not hopefully, you are. And then Eric will come on, hopefully, second half and give his prop picks and talk about defense. So, D, go.
Okay, so this week for quarterback, there's 5 guys that I really like with GPP.
Okay.
Justin Herbert was the New York Giants, 7,100. Giants are a pretty bad team overall now. I mean, I don't know how long the head coach is going to be there, and I wouldn't be shocked if they kind of just gave up on him toward the end of the season. Josh Allen versus Tampa Bay, and Tom Brady versus Buffalo. I mean, that whole game environment is going to be the highest scoring game. Both teams have implied total of 24 points and 27 points. I'm going to have a lot of exposure to that game. That's like the number one game I'm looking at. Then Patrick Mahomes versus the Las Vegas Raiders. He's coming in at pretty low ownership too, so that's a little bit shocking to me. But at 6%. Dak Prescott versus Washington is my 5th quarterback. But those are my 5 guys. I think Dak will go way under owned. And based on what's going on right now, like in Washington in the media and coach speak and all this game's going to be a slugfest. I have a feeling. I mean, I guess something along the line that Seattle said something that they didn't have like warm seats or at the benches, and so Dallas flew in their own. They bought some and flew in like warm benches and stuff, so they don't have an advantage there. But it's kind of funny. It shows how much like hatred they have toward each other. But give me those 5 quarterbacks. There's 2 other quarterbacks that are more of a cash game play, which is Taysom Hill and Cam Newton. But I'm not playing them for GPP for tournament. Running back, I think my number one player is Austin Eckler against the New York Giants. He's 8,300. He's probably he is the most expensive running back, but he has a great matchup. And with no Keenan Allen, he should be able. He should get like that majority of the catches. Kind of like those slot catches, those little dump offs. So I love Austin Eckler today. The other running back I like is Devonta Williams at 5,900. We saw the Devonta game, and I kind of said it last week. I mean, this was the Devonta breakout. And Detroit is another bad matchup. Devonta should have a big game. It doesn't matter if Melvin Gordon is involved because I think they realize that he needs to get more of the majority of the split. Antonio Gibson against Dallas, 6,000. He's going to be highly owned too. I would have a lot of exposure. I have a lot of exposure to him. He's probably going to be my highest owned running back this week. So I'm gonna go quite a bit on him against Dallas. We've seen him have big games before against Dallas. I mean, last year he had in week 12, which was Thanksgiving slate. He had a 3-touchdown game, 115 yards. So, and JD McKissick is out. Alvin Kamara against the New York Jets. I think that's a sneaky play right now because I don't see a lot of people talking about him, and I like the matchup. It's the Jets. Saquon Barkley with the Chargers. Josh Jacob, and one of the guys that's going to be a little bit pricier, but I don't think Pollard is going to play. Tony Pollard, Ezekiel Elliott versus the Washington football team, and then Cordell Patterson. But there are some value. The cheap running back are going to be Jeff Wilson versus the 49ers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. And then basically I'll have some sprinkles of like Jamar Jefferson, Godwin. I can't pronounce his last name. Iwubuke or something like that. can't pronounce that. But I'm waiting for the news about Joe Mixon. That they say he's a full go, then that would suck because I really like the Lorraine, but they're both. I guess right now, even Rappaport just said it. They're expected to play, so I guess he'll play. So that knocks that out. Wide receiver. My highest owned wide receiver is definitely going to be. Yeah, I thought Pollard would be out. Mike Williams. So Mike Williams is 6,000. Obviously, Keenan Allen is out. Chris Godwin. I love Chris Godwin this week. This guy is turning to like, top 5 wide receiver almost every week, basically. Last week against Atlanta, he got 33 points. Against Buffalo doesn't really scare me anymore. They used to have Tre'Davious White, but that pass defense, the whole Bills team has kind of fallen off a little bit. But Chris Godwin, 7,100, he's going to be one of my favorite players. Stephon Diggs on the other side is a great play. But Hunter Renfrow against the Kansas City Chiefs is a great play, 6,100. Another guy I'll be having a lot of exposure to, along with Tyreek on the other side. But some of the guys that I really like as one-off is Jamar Chase. I think Jamar Chase is in for a big game today. I mean, he hasn't really been he was off to a hot start, and then the last 5 weeks he barely been like a wide receiver 3.
Yeah.
I mean, if you really look at him, he only had a 10-point game last week, 6-point game the week before that, 13 the week before that, 9 and then 13. Not really speaking elite, T. Higgins. I've always been a big T. Higgins fan, and he's been more consistent than Jamar Chase. It's just people just love the name, But Mike Evans, obviously. But another wide receiver that I'm looking at that's got a cheap one-off is Julio Jones. He looks like he's coming back from the IR. He rested up, ready to go. And then those Cowboys wide receivers are playable, but Deebo Samuel's coming back and he should play. I think he's gonna get quite a bit of the workload, especially if he gets those running backs sharing. Like he gets like the 5 to 6 carries, and he actually makes something out of it. He's not like other people, that make like 3 yards, 2 yards. Those are my main wide receiver, but I think my core on my wide receiver. My core on running back is definitely going to be Eckler, Devonta Williams, and Gibson. At wide receiver, I would go with Mike Williams, Renfrow, and what's his name?
Chris Godwin?
Yeah, Godwin. Yeah. Those 3 guys would be my core. At tight end, Deebo Samuel, no, not so much. Jeffrey, that doesn't really worry me too much. I think they're gonna have to, they don't have Elijah Mitchell, and they're gonna want to be, they don't want to fall behind against Cincinnati because Cincinnati can score, and they're gonna have to get a lot of workload to Deebo. He'll be fine. Yeah, tight end is ugly for sure. Speaking of tight end, the top 3 tight ends like Travis Kelce, Mark Andrews, Rob Gronkowski George Kittle are all in play, but like Kelsey's priced up at 7,400. He's coming in as the highest owned tight end, but I'm not really looking to pay up for tight end this week because there's not really that good of value everywhere else. Mark Andrews can play. Rob Gronkowski definitely can play in that game in Buffalo. George Kittle, after his last week game, I wouldn't be shocked if a lot of people go right back to him, but that price went up to 6,900. The two tight ends that I like as one-off are Austin Hooper and Dawson Knox. Dawson Knox because I'm trying to target that Tampa Bay game. He's 5,000, and Austin Hooper, he's 3,400. But those are tight ends I actually feel comfortable with more than paying up for like a Mark Andrews or Travis Kelce. I don't mind paying up for Gronk at 6K though, but yeah, I think James O'Shaughnessy and Brock Wright and Brevin Jordan, they're all at 2,500, 2,500, and 2,700. They're all cheap, but those guys can legit get you like 3 points. They'll be smart, but I think my core picks are going to be Dawson, Knock, Gronk, and what's his name?
Andrews?
I forgot to mention Jared Cook. Jared Cook with no Keenan Allen, and he should be able to get a lot of workload to him, especially at 3,200. That's very cheap for a tight end. What were you going to say? What were we saying, Curtis? Andrews? Yeah, I don't mind Andrews. I like Andrews, but the thing is, he's almost 6,000. I'd rather go to Gronk rather than him. At least we know.
I'm sorry. I have a question about the Chargers game. Keenan Allen's out, right?
Yeah.
What about Jalen Gutton? Gutton, is that how you pronounce his name?
Oh, Guyton?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. I didn't mention him. I forgot. No, I don't mind him. I actually didn't even mention any of the value wide receivers.
Okay.
So the value wide receivers I liked were Donovan Peoples-Jones, Josh Palmer, and Jalen Guyton. Jalen Guyton is probably the highest owned out of those guys that I have.
Oh.
But he's good. He's a good play. I think I'm gonna have. Hey, Hamid, how you doing? Jalen Guyton for sure. 3,400 is a great play. Defense. Defense is pretty straightforward. There's 3 defense that I really like this week. The rest of them are just kind of like, But it's Seahawks defense. They're 3,100. The Panthers defense at 2,800, and the Broncos defense at 3,800. Broncos are expensive, but I think at home versus the Detroit team that's like missing all their weapons, they should be able to get turnovers and probably get a touchdown. A pick six. Other defense I like are the Saints defense. They're expensive too, but I think for me it's just you either pay down or pay up. I guess you can pay for if you want to pay down all the way down. Like, sure, maybe the Jaguars versus Tennessee. I mean, we think Tannehill had that game, but really in reality, those are the 3 main defense I'm targeting.
So before you go, do you want to answer Ryan's question? 1 wide receiver in standard, Gallup, or pick up Crowder or Gage off the waivers?
Crowder.
Really?
Yeah, because what's his name is out. Elijah Moore is on the IR.
Right. Who are they?
So
The Jets are playing New Orleans. The Jets are playing New Orleans.
I guess Gallup. This is standard, so yeah, I guess Gallup would be the guy.
Yeah, I like Gallup out of those 3. Gage second, Crowder. I don't know. I just think New Orleans secondary, and it's only 43.5 over and under. Hamid wants to know Van Jefferson or Crowder full PPR.
Again,
Van Jefferson.
I think I'll go Crowder.
On a full PPR?
Yeah.
Because he'll probably get the targets. But and what are your thoughts on the Bucks D against the Bills?
They're playable, but I'm not going to have a lot of exposure to them. I mean, Bucks defense relies mostly on just like sacks and interception, but they can also have those very bad games where they allow like 40 points, 30 points. I mean, we've seen them allow 45 points to Miami early on. I mean, no, not 45 points. Wait, I'm looking at this wrong. They allowed 34 points to the Rams. They allowed 25 points to Atlanta, 29 points to Dallas. They allow points, and then even New Orleans, 36 points. So it's not like they're just getting turnovers, and I mean they're getting sacks and interceptions, so that's good.
Which Titans running back would you go between Foreman and Hilliard?
Hilliard. That's for sure. I think I like Hilliard better. He ran better than Foreman, so I'll go Hilliard. He did fumble the ball once, but he'll be okay.
Would you play the Cowboys D at Washington?
Yeah. what's their name? Cowboys D. They forced a lot of turnovers sometimes. I mean, there's just I think the Cowboys D been excellent this whole year for fantasy. I mean, maybe not so much for like real life, but for fantasy, they get interceptions, sacks, forced fumbles, and they get touchdown. I mean, this defense has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touchdowns on the season on defense. So probably more. Okay, one,
Oh,
two, three. Yeah,
so James is giving you a thumbs up. So I guess he's playing the Cowboys D at Washington.
there you
Is
go, James.
is what that's asking. So do we know if I mean I guess if Gus Bradley is going to switch up his defense against KC this week? Have they said anything about that? Because if they're not, then I'm playing Patrick Mahomes in every situation.
It's here's the thing about the Raiders, Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
There's always one game where one team blows out each other, and
Okay.
then the second game, if you go and look at it, it's like closer, and then one team win. You know,
So what are you saying? You're saying the Raiders are going to blow out Kansas City this time?
no, it's going to be a slugfest. It's actually going to be a real close game.
Low,
I think the
low scoring?
Raiders. What was that?
Low scoring or high scoring close game?
High scoring. It'll be like 31, 34,
Okay.
or 20, 28, 25, whatever. But it'll be close.
I don't know who the Facebook user that just saw your message or.
That's Jared.
Oh, hi Jared. Edwards Hilaire worth a DFS spot.
I'm sorry, what was that? Hilaire?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Hilaire. But I think I'm going elsewhere. I mean, in that price range, I can go to Antonio Gibson. I can go to Saquon Barkley. I can go to Josh Jacobs. I mean, yeah, three running backs I would love over him.
And
I don't
DJ,
really want Kansas City running back. I mean, you're turning that workload through like almost two ways, and I mean it's pretty straight. I mean, the Kansas City Chiefs have shown it now for 3 years. I don't know how long, but they're gonna beat you with Kelsey and Tyreek Hill. If you really go look, I don't know why every year we say, oh, here comes Mecole Hardman, wide receiver 2 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Oh, here comes
Josh
like
Gordon,
give up, like stop.
DK and Russ Wilson. Are you stacking
I
them?
don't mind that was one of the quarterbacks I left off my player pool, but I don't mind them. So I love the Russell Wilson stack. I think it can be very low owned, and it can be a very good stack.
At the Seattle at Texans. Oof. So would you stack them? Are you stacking them with Lockett or Metcalf?
Both.
Yeah.
I go with both, and then bring it back with Cook. They're not that expensive. I mean, they're pricey, but I mean the stack. Like Wilson's not like 7,800 or 7,500. He's like 68 or 69, I think. But and Cooks is not that. I don't know. Like you can even do Nico Hardman, Nico Collins, and or Brevin Jordan, which is cheap on the other side.
Lockett greater than DK. I tend to agree that DK can give you those touchdowns. 66.
I think DK is better. The only problem is that I don't know like if it's just the play calling or like it's just inconsistency of these guys. I think their playbook is pretty predictable, and I feel like they got new offensive coordinators every year, and it still looks the same, like the same Seahawks team,
Okay.
And,
Totally forgot what I was going to ask you, and it was really important for my DFS. But out of the three Dallas wide receivers, Gallup, Cooper, Lamb, who do you have the most?
Lamb, probably. I don't really have a lot of exposure to Gallup. Amari Cooper is very cheap, so that makes me like him quite a bit. But I think I'm gonna have the most exposure to CD Lamb because I think he has the highest ceiling. for this game. But
Isn't he pretty expensive?
yeah, he is. So he's gonna be like one of those guys that you're gonna have to find value for, But here, let me see. I just ran Amari Cooper number one actually right now, and then CeeDee Lamb, and then Gallup. So it's like a little tier drop.
What's your dog's name? I didn't know you had a dog.
That's not my dog. That's my brother's dog.
Oh, what's your brother's dog's name?
Harley.
Oh, hi, Harley.
All right, get down. One. Yeah, that's my brother's dog. That's her. That's his little baby.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, she can't be sometimes.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, what's up, y'all?
What up, bro?
How's it going?
Good. G has to go because he's awesomely doing 1,000 DFS today. 1,000 plus one.
Yeah,
As is tradition, right?
As is
For him?
tradition. But he hadn't. In case you guys didn't know, like G is doing us like a really great favor because he's been sick. So him coming on means that he didn't get like his usual stuff in. So he's going to go and get his usual stuff in, and then Eric has his kids. So we might hear like lots of children, which I love. If you have a dog in there too, that would be perfect. Oh,
No dogs.
whatever.
I got kids. I don't need a dog.
So
true.
G, thank you for sticking around.
All right, you guys take care. Have a good one. Peace out.
Hey, man, good luck today.
Thank you.
Hey, Eric, what do you have
Then
on?
there were two.
And then
I got it's a holiday hat. It says Happy
great.
Holidays.
Oh my God. All right. Facebook user wants to know, with Baltimore hurting at DB, is Baker and his wide receivers playable? I don't think Baker and his wide receivers are ever playable, but
Yeah, that's kind of my sentiment about it. It's like, I mean, it depends on what else you got. As is, that's kind of what we always say. But I mean, Jarvis Landry, sure. I mean, especially in a full PPR, yeah. I mean, and that's my answer for all these. I guess like honestly, who I do like from there though is Austin Hooper. Baltimore's pretty bad against tight end, and there's no David Njoku's on the COVID-19 list. Actually, Austin Hooper is like the only active tight end that's any sort of relevance. So I kind of like Austin Hooper a little bit.
So would you? Yep. James Brooks agrees with you, I think, or he's just like giving a shout out to Hooper.
Hooper.
It could be either or. I don't know. I don't know what's happening today. And people listening, I still need I'm gonna go buy a computer tomorrow because this computer sucks. It's a Dell, and I had a Dell laptop coming in, but someone stole it. So I need computer advice. What laptop should I buy?
Yeah, we need people to comment on this because I have no idea. I am technologically illiterate.
I had the greatest Dell laptop coming in, and the box is outside my door. And so I lift it, and I'm like, oh my God, these laptops are really great, and they're so light. And I open the box, and it's fucking empty.
Oh,
I was so mad.
Sports pirates.
I know. I was so mad.
What's the stipulation on shooting them? If you catch them legitimately stealing your stuff, can you shoot them in the leg or something?
I think in Denver you can.
Oh,
I think
perfect.
in Colorado it's fair game. I'm
Easy
almost
peasy.
positive. In iMac, it doesn't matter, John, that I don't have anything else that's Mac compatible. Does that matter? Because I was thinking iMac too, but then I thought I don't have anything. I hate iPhone, but the iMac is great. So it doesn't matter that I don't have anything else that's Mac compatible. I can still use just an iMac for this and for writing articles. Okay.
As far as I know, I don't think it would really make too much of a difference. And you can actually edit if you wanted to do an audio only podcast. I know that GarageBand and stuff is free with Macs, so you could really edit stuff on that.
Well, does iMac do Word?
I think you can still do Word. You just have to purchase the whole the Office 365 or whatever.
Oh, okay.
At least that's I had one way back in the day in 2011 or something.
Mm-hmm.
And it was I just had the Office 365 package, and it was fine.
So tomorrow, on my Christmas shopping, I'm gonna go buy myself an iMac. Thanks, John.
There you go. Merry Christmas to you.
Merry Christmas to me. Maybe we'll see. All I might like chicken out and just end up
They're
getting.
expensive as hell, though. That's the problem.
Are they?
I think I'm actually like 3 G's.
That's what I was paying for the Dell laptop that got stolen.
Perfect.
Okay. I truly hate iPhone, but the Mac is probably the best CPU ever. See? Yeah, you lost me. But okay. I'm guessing that's a good thing.
Yeah, I think so. Computer processing unit, I think, is what that stands for.
What's JT?
Jonathan Taylor.
Oh, we're going back to fantasy. Sorry, I was totally in the old computer. I'm like, what computer is that? As a Jonathan Taylor owner, should I have Mac as a handcuff? Hines is already taken.
Yes. At this point in the season, like my advice to everyone is always handcuff like your stud guys. You should have really been doing this in like week probably 9, week 10 or so. But if he's still out there, I definitely recommend doing that because, knock on wood. Hold on, here's some wood right here. Knock on wood, JT doesn't get injured, but if he does, Mac will take over the first and second down workload, in my opinion.
Okay, so this week is probably for most either the start of fantasy playoffs or the last week to get into the playoffs, right?
Yes.
And then so you have, in theory, this week at the most, this week, next week, and the week beyond. So wait, what am I? Week 14 right now?
It's
so
week 14,
15, and 16.
Yeah,
so you're still picking up handcuffs?
For running backs, I always try to.
Okay.
Like I said, I try to do it like week 9, week 10, but
Right.
it kind of depends on with this dude's situation, with Daniel's situation. If he's out there, I would. Depends on who you got to drop for him, but like, there's no reason to have like 6 wide receivers on your. You shouldn't have like 6 wide receivers on your team at this point. You should have maybe 4, 5 at the most, in my opinion. But you should be really, because quite honestly, wide receivers don't get injured as much as running backs. So you should be focused more on the running backs, building that depth up. But like I said, Daniel, in the future though, dude, I recommend trying like week 9, week 10, if you're looking like if you're trending towards the playoffs, for sure, because it's going to set you up for success. Like Dalvin Cook didn't really work out with Alexander Madison because he's a freaking bionic human being.
We don't really want to talk about that game.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's true. Yeah, sorry. Never mind.
Honestly, there are no pickups after this week for a playoff team, which I guess kind of makes sense because
even for playoff teams?
Yeah. Because you have I was in a league once where I think I'm still in that league where people that were not in the playoffs dropped like good players so other people could pick them up. So that kind of makes sense. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure. I get that.
But yeah, so yeah, do it now, Daniel. Go pick up Mac now.
Do it now.
No. Do it according to Eric. Eric, do we know, I asked G this and he kind of danced around it, maybe because it's the Raiders, but do we know if Gus Bradley is sticking with his same defensive plan that he had against the first time they played the Kansas City Chiefs, or is he going to take away the cover 3 and just try 2 strong safeties?
I would think he's going to play the 2 deep safety look. I can't remember. I think Vic Fangio, Jesus, I can't say his name. He's the one that kind of implemented that originally against the Chiefs, and like the league has been copycatting and following suit.
Except the Raiders.
Except the Raiders, yeah. I don't remind me what happened in that game. Did the Raiders win?
Patrick Mahomes threw like 4 touchdown passes on him because he just tore that defense apart.
I think that they would do well to maybe change that up a little bit then.
I just do, but I thought I heard him say that it wasn't exactly the defensive plan; it was the way they were playing the cover 3. I don't know.
It was the execution.
So it made me think that he's not really thinking about changing, which means I need to put Patrick Mahomes in every DFS lineup I have.
Agreed.
But I've heard like mixed messages about it. So
yeah, I honestly hadn't heard a lot about that. But like I said, I just know that the defenses have been having success against Kansas City with the 2 deep safety look. So basically, essentially playing 2 free safeties,
right?
Like a kind of like a cover 2 in a way.
Right. Okay. So all right. So we don't know. So still playing Patrick Mahomes because
yeah, I mean, I would play him regardless. To be honest, like the Vegas they had a really good defense like in the beginning of the season, but they've really fallen off. as far as pass rush and stuff like that goes. Even though Yannick Ngakoue and Max Crosby are two beast pass rushers, they haven't had the same success they had earlier in the season.
Why don't I have the over under for that game?
For the Raiders and Chiefs, let me see.
Yeah, I don't have them listed. Why don't I have them listed?
I will see if I can find them.
Oh, is it a primetime game? Maybe that's why.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know.
No, it's not a primetime game because Patrick Mahomes is on the.
If he's on the main slate, yeah.
He's on the main slate.
So I got it right here. It's 48.
That's it?
Yeah. That's what I thought. It's got a little low.
Oh, it is a little
DK
low.
Showdown. Cincinnati, San Francisco. Bro.
DK Showdown. Wait, what's the DraftKings Showdown Cincinnati and San Francisco game?
So I'll say this. This is a good segue, Gladys, if you want me to take it into my love 'em.
Yes, please.
Okay, so my love 'em this week is T. Higgins. Absolutely love this guy. He's wide receiver 12 right now in expert consensus rankings according to Fantasy Pros. He's got more targets and receptions than Jamar Chase since week 5. Granted, just a few more, but he does have more.
Right.
And they both played all those games. The last 2 games have seen him get 22 targets, 15 receptions, 252 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He's finished the wide receiver 4 and the wide receiver 3 in the past 2 weeks in a half-point PPR format. San Francisco's 5th worst against wide receivers in the past 4 games, 49-point over-under, 3rd highest of the week, man. I would play – I honestly, James James asked this. Yeah. I really love this game. I don't know what the pricing looks like because I'm not like a DFS guru. I kind of suck at DFS because it's my first year playing. But I would try everything in my power to get T. Higgins as my captain in that showdown.
If I'm not mistaken, I do believe that T. Higgins has a really good matchup too. If I can find it.
Quarterback matchup?
Yeah, against the Cardinals. What's up?
I said I would imagine because they've been pretty bad in the secondary. Let me see here, man. I'm going to see if I can find some pricing for you real quick, James.
And let me see if I can find his matchup.
Here we go. It's a wonderful podcasting right here.
It is wonderful podcasting.
Always.
Dude, I didn't get on to like
double cover. Yeah, you're right, man.
It was really bad because my computer sucked and it just went black and I could not, for the life of me, get it to come on. Oh, Jamar Chase has the better matchup. My bad.
So T. Higgins right now, in terms of pricing for this, is 9th highest on the what's it called, the showdown. So right. Man, I would. It's 11,400. I mean, Jeff Wilson is way underpriced.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he's going on the main slate right now, like 4,400 or something. So
I like Hasty too, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So according to Pro Football Focus, Jamar Chase has the better matchup, but T. Higgins' matchup isn't that bad. But they're predicting that Josh Norman, who I didn't even know was still playing, quite honestly, will be shadowing Jamar Chase, which I'm sorry.
That's a very good matchup.
Yeah. Josh Norman's best days, I think, have been
about 5 seasons behind him.
Yeah, like way behind him.
Jeff Wilson Jr. is $200 in this showdown. So nix that on T. Higgins. I would put him as the captain. All right, you're going to pay $300 for him? Are you freaking kidding me?
For Jeff Wilson?
For Jeff Wilson. Unless I'm just ill. No, Jeff Wilson Jr. right here. This is like broken. All right, I'm absolutely playing this showdown, bro.
He went with Wilson as captain.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. Why not? And I would try and stack Burrow, Higgins, and maybe even Mixon in there if you can. I know I only play one lineup in DFS just because I don't want to have a bajillion. But I've got Burrow and Higgins as my stack.
Wouldn't you put Kettle in there though somewhere? Because Samuel's back. Is Samuel back?
So he's going to play today. From everything that I saw, I don't trust that he's not going to see less than he's going to see more than 40% of the snaps. Well, it's a groin, I thought.
Ooh, even worse.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, dude, what the hell?
Where's for wide receivers going to run down? Yeah.
And take handoffs. Like, come on, man. Yeah, is expected to play in according to Schefter. So,
It's a
Woo,
crazy one today.
to be quite
This is
honest, I
true.
was hoping he would stay out because I have him in Scott Fishbowl and I have the freaking bye this week. So I was
You
like,
made the
okay,
playoffs?
yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'll finish like 31st, I think, overall.
No
in terms of
friggin'
points.
way. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think I got pretty lucky. Sorry, I have something in my eye. I'm just crying tears of joy. That's what it is.
That's what's happening. I think I finished like 531st, if that's number. Like 1,031st.
Oh, I know. I cannot say this dude's last name. Chris Mashinsky. But he
Okay.
writes for Going for Two as well. He finished like the highest of all of us. I think he was like 2 or 3 spots ahead of me.
Nice.
Yeah, we actually have a couple, like a decent Going for Two representation in the
Really?
SEC playoffs. Yeah, I think there's like 3 or 4 of us.
Yeah, I didn't even look once I knew that. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about my fantasy
Right.
leagues
Well,
this
I was
year.
hoping, I'm like, man, I get Russell Wilson back. Hopefully, he's rounding out into shape. And then I was hoping Debo would take a week off and come back in week 15. But watch, he's going to go out there and get injured. And I'll be like, son of a gun.
Your kids are remarkably quiet.
Yeah, I put them in their rooms.
Oh,
Yeah. They're just playing around in there. If that makes me a bad dad, they can't hurt anything. Well, I have a 7-year-old and a 2-year-old. So the 2-year-old is in her crib. She's not going anywhere.
they're in the same room?
No. They have different rooms.
You put them in separate rooms?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they'll hurt each other. My 7-year-old is they're mean to each other, put it that way.
Oh, okay. I don't have kids. I just have dogs.
Yeah.
So I have no reference or
If I could
No,
give
you
them
talk.
CBD, I would.
and I
It'd
do
be
give
like,
them
hey,
CBD,
calm
which is why
your
you
ass.
don't hear them right now. You're welcome. 'Cause-
I've had them. My wife's been out of town since Thursday, so I'm like this much patience left with life in general. I was like, you know what, girls, y'all are going to your rooms. I'll be done in 30 minutes, and I'll be, I think my little one wants to take a nap anyway, so it's fine.
oh, yeah. Well, I'm with her. I would like to take a nap too.
Same.
Naps are good. Naps make me happy. All right. So who's your leave 'em this week?
Oh, give me 1 second. Yeah. Oh, it's David Montgomery.
Okay.
I really, really, really am scared of, because that Green Bay defense is really, really good, even though they're not getting Jair Alexander back this week, unfortunately. I thought they might. I don't think Zadarius Smith is coming back either. I can't find a report on that, actually.
Whoa, James, are you going to the actual game? Wait, is the game in New York or New Jersey? The game's in New Jersey, but you're a New Orleans fan? Well, good luck, James. Get on the
That's
Jumbotron.
awesome, man.
Yep, get on the Jumbotron. Do whatever you have to do.
And play Alvin Kamara in your lineups, because
Yeah, play Alvin Kamara in your lineup.
oh my God, he's gonna have like 6 touchdowns again.
Unless Taysom Hill has like 3, then he'll probably have like 3 touchdowns. I'm really scared of his. He kind of vultures Alvin Kamara's running ability.
He's kind of a jerk like that.
Oh, Cincinnati? Ugh. Sorry. Pittsburgh fan here. Whatever. Good luck. You guys playing San Fran. I don't really care anymore. The FC North sucks. Pittsburgh sucks. We're going to have another moment of silence. Ha! Thank you, James. That's nice. Have a good time at the game. Still get on the Jumbotron. Do they have a Jumbotron in Cincinnati? I don't know.
They have Skyline Chili, but I don't know about Jumbo.
I've heard about the Skyline Chili. It sounds pretty disgusting, but I've heard about it.
It doesn't sound great, does it?
doesn't sound great.
I'm with team like Texas. There should be no beans in chili, in my opinion. And the whole like Northeast and Midwest does it wrong. So, but there's my PSA for the day. But I should have saved that. No
You should
beans
have
in
saved that
chili.
for the end. Yeah.
Oh,
Dude,
anyway,
have
so
fun.
David Montgomery.
Be safe. Good luck
Yeah,
today.
have fun, man. Yeah,
Have fun.
absolutely.
Yeah. Do whatever you have to do to get on the Jumbotron. Dress up like a Bengal, like all naked except for Bengal stripes. That would be awesome.
Oh,
Oh
we're
my
trying to get this
God.
man to go to
I need
jail.
drugs. What?
He's going to go to jail if he does. And it's got to be cold as hell in Cincinnati.
I bet it is. I bet it is. That's why you get on the Jumbotron if it's cold. And yeah.
Feel
Yeah.
the warmth of everyone's adoration on you.
All right. So before we leave, one quick thing that doesn't really have anything to do with fantasy. What did you think about the Heisman voting yesterday?
To be fair, I don't watch college football whatsoever, so I don't know anything about it. I think it's pretty cool that we had two. He was a freshman, right? A freshman quarterback for Alabama.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young, I think is his name.
Yeah, that's his name.
I don't know who was in contention. Legitimately, Gladys, I don't care about like college football until maybe 2 months before the draft, and then I start reading I start reading going for 2 articles, Pro Football Network articles, PFF podcasts. Like I get all my information from there, but I just, you know what? There's so much football that goes on, and I love football, but I have to have at least one day where I don't watch football. So I've never been a fan of college.
Okay, John, I was with you on that iMac thing, but you think Hutchinson should have won? Okay, first of all, Hutchinson isn't even a good as who's the guy from Alabama? Wilson? Come on, man. Now I'm rethinking the whole iMac thing because
can't trust his judgment.
I can't trust your judgment. Now I'm going to have to go back to a Dell computer. What the frick? What the frick? All right, so Will, and thank you, Will Anderson. Yeah. So yeah, now I'm going to go back to Dell. Shit. I'm just going to go to Best Buy and have one of those geeks get me a computer. That's what they're there for. That's what they know.
To be fair, I bought a $200 computer because I used to travel a whole lot for work.
Mm-hmm.
I bought a $200 computer, and it literally does everything I need. It's slow as the dickens, but it has Word. It lets me search stuff, and I can't do this on it. This is my wife's computer I'm using because it's literally like slow as shit.
I kind of need one I can do podcast on.
That's fair. Never mind. Don't buy a $200 computer.
But I like the $200 thing. But
I'm cheap. I'm thrifty.
Thrifty is you're not cheap. You're thrifty.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not extravagant, but if I need something, I would like it to work, and I would like it to do all the things I need to do without me having to think about it. Because thinking really, really hurts. It really hurts my brain to think a lot. So, Anyway, what are your parting words of wisdom? Besides the chili
darn
thing?
it. The no beans and chili.
I know, you lost it with the chili. Do you honestly think he would have won if he played
good.
anywhere except Bama? Are you talking about Bryce Young? Do I honestly think he would have won if he played anywhere except? Yes, I do. If he played like he did in the Iron Bowl, and if he played like he did in the SEC championship game, yes, I think he would have. If he played for another team in the SEC, yes, I think he would have won. I think Hutchinson would have won if he played anywhere. So if Michigan didn't beat Ohio State, would Hutchinson have come in second? Come on, John, you're hurting me. Anyway, go ahead. Your parting words of wisdom.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'll make it up on the fly here, but this is legitimately from the heart. This is the last week, right? If your playoffs are done right, it should be 15, 16, 17. That should be your weeks in the playoffs. So this should be your last week. I would just say good luck to everybody. Don't get butthurt if you don't get in the playoffs. It is what it is. It's just a game. I don't think I've said this yet on our pod here, Gladys. Please don't @ players on Twitter or something like that.
Oh, that's the worst.
It's such a dick move. They're just like you decided to start them. Everybody has a bad day, a bad game. So I'll tell you. I'll give you a tiny little story from last year. He said butthurt. Yeah, don't get butthurt, butt mad. Don't get sad. Whatever you want to say. I was in the championship game last year. Had an awesome team. I scored probably 1.5 times like the league average in week 16. I played the dude who had Alvin Kamara, where he scored 6 touchdowns. Did I get a little butthurt? Yes, I did, but I didn't say, "F you, Alvin Kamara. Why did you do that to me?" He's out there living his life, y'all. He's trying to get paid. He's been paid. So, yeah, just fantasy is such a fun thing, and quite honestly, a lot of it is luck. So Just have fun. That's there. There we go. Just have fun.
I think those are extremely great words of wisdom. Okay, I have so here's my words of wisdom. So everyone knows about DT passing away at 33. 33, think about that. He was only 33 years old. And it was probably most likely from a seizure that he had. If you have any kind of and this sounds really stupid maybe, if you have diabetes or if you have seizures or anything like that, think about investing in a service dog, please. Because those dogs, I have a friend who has seizures and his dog alerts him way before the seizure happens, brings his stuff to him. And yeah, rest in peace, rest in power, DT. 33 is so young, and from all I've heard, he was just an awesome person, which is sad. So think about all the people in your life that you haven't said anything to, or you haven't told them that you love them, or you haven't given them a hug in the last week or the last month, or a friend that lives 1,000 miles away that you haven't reached out on your your message, your IMs, or your call. I don't call people, I text them because I hate talking on the phone. But and just reach out and say, hey, I was thinking about you. I miss your face. How are you doing? Anything, so they know that you are still there for them, that you still care for them. All right? Because shit, man, 33 is just ridiculously young to go. Any age is ridiculously young to go, but still unexpected. Hug someone today, even if it's your dog, which isn't someone, it's something, but hug something today. All right? And John, quit telling me to buy an iMac and then telling me that you think Hutchinson should have won. That's ridiculous talk right there. Everyone who is listening, thank you. Sorry that it was late. Eric, thank you for joining.
Thank you for being flexible with me. I appreciate it.
No problem.
I'm fingers crossed my kids are asleep. That would be amazing.
You were drinking, John.
Okay. I was drinking. Hey, man, it's 10 in the morning, brother.
No. If he's on East Coast, it's noon.
I guess if you're on the East Coast, it's noon.
Yeah, if he's on East Coast, it's noon.
I'll be honest with you, John. I've started drinking at 8 in the morning. No, I think the earliest ever was 7 in the morning. I was in Japan. I was watching the Packers and the Steelers. That Super Bowl, whatever that was. It was 2011.
Okay, why are you? Do you just want to hurt me? Why is this happening today?
I'm so sorry. But me and my buddy, we started drinking 7 a.m. It was a terrible idea. But anyways, John, you do you, brother. It's cool. Don't worry about it. I'm just picking at you.
Yeah, it is 5 o'clock somewhere, John. It doesn't even have to be 5 o'clock. 10 o'clock is brunch. Yeah. You can be having mimosas.
That's mimosa time.
Bloody Mary time, baby. Okay. Anyway, we've so gone off track so much today. My iMac. Okay, John, I'm going to have next week. Come on. We'll see you guys next week, next Sunday. Hopefully, if I get a computer, an iMac, whatever, I will be on time. If not, we'll be here. We will help you with your playoffs. Congratulations to everyone who made the playoffs in whatever league you're in, whether it's the Scott Fish Bowl, your home league, or business league, whatever, your work league. Congratulations. Do you guys play your studs, play your studs, play your studs. It's not going to get stolen because I'm going to go to Best Buy and pick it up myself. I'm not getting it mailed to me. This is why it got stolen. It got mailed to me, John. I'm going to go pick it up, carry it, my little backpack, come home, set it up. Unless the dog eats it, we'll be fine. Peace out. Thank you, guys.
See ya.
So much. Thank you, Eric. Give your kids a hug for me.
I will, for sure.
Them, even the mean one.